it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is about how to get your spouse, significant other, friend, somebody you care about on board with prepping. But first off, please, since I don't have some fancy introduction, if you like the videos, please subscribe. Hit the like button, comment below. Comments are really good. Likes are really important for the algorithm. Sharing the videos is important for the algorithm. And ringing the bell notification thing is really important. So if you like my content, if you like the channel, please, and you want to do something to help out, just do those simple little things. It takes a couple seconds. Also, I don't know, I forget. Anyway, how to get a spouse, or I'll just say how to get somebody on board with prepping. It's because it could be anybody you care about, anybody you want to get into prepping. I got the magical answer right now. Just one thing you got to do and automatically everybody will be into prepping. Not. I wish, because then I'd be telling everybody that. And everybody would be preppers and we'd have a lot less to worry about. Anyway, you guys know there's no simple answer. It is not a simple topic. It is very difficult. It is very personal regarding the individual you're talking about, because everybody's different. But an in you have right now, you have a unique opportunity right now. A very unique opportunity right now with what's going on in the world. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That is an opportunity to bring up the subject of, hey, what if we have to stay home for a week or a couple weeks? We don't have enough food. Should, hey honey, or hey whoever, what do you think about, going to the store and getting a little extra food just in case we have to stay home because, things are getting bad out there, or, we're asked by whoever to stay home due to the threat. So that is a very good opportunity. This is a very unique time to get somebody on board with preparedness or into prepping. You can think, you guys are smart, you can think what that individual, this is where you got to do it. I'm just empowering you with the ideas and give you some tools in your toolbox. I can't do it for you, and I don't have a magic potion like I just said. But think about the individual you're concerned about and you want to get on board, and what things are important to them. What gives them peace of mind? What helps them to feel safe, secure, loved? Any of these things helps them to be happy, to, I don't know what else. Just think about those things with the individual you're thinking about right now, that you want to get into prepping, or you want to get on board. At least a little bit, to plant the seed. Now is the perfect opportunity to plant the seed. The ground is fertile right now. It is such an awesome opportunity because there's a lot of people scared out there. But with that said, you can help somebody you care about not only get into prepping, but give them a little bit of peace of mind so they don't have to be as scared. You can help them not worry so much. This is an awesome opportunity. I mean, I'm sorry. This is a horrible thing, a horrible potential. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to be all happy about it. I am just talking about the positive, one positive that can come out of this. And that is a perfect opportunity to plant that seed and to get somebody in preparedness. Basic items. If you can convince that person to get an extra week of food, talk to them about it. What do they want to eat? Hey, the items we pick, let's get them in such a way that they're shelf stable, just in case we don't actually need to use them. And we can just leave them in our pantry, or leave them in the cupboard, or wherever it is you keep them. And then involve them as much as possible. If you can get them to go to the store, look for the best deal. Look at Best Buy dates. Start incorporating some of these things that we think about as preppers into what you're doing. So their train of thought can start going that direction. You can start moving them in that direction. Also, water. Like if you were talking to them about dry goods, like dry beans, dry rice, stuff like that, the water that's going to take to cook them. Hey, how about we have water? How about we get some, extra water so that we can cook these things, even if we lose power or something. Because God forbid we're stuck at home, which is a bad situation already, and then say something happens to power. Then, a bad situation is even worse if you're not ready for it. So incorporate that into that. And that's another aspect you can add in that they might not be thinking about. Is the water necessary to cook that stuff? A little extra, a bottle of oil to cook your food in. Some cheap spices so that it tastes good. Different things like that. But get them thinking along the lines of the big picture. All the stuff you'll need, not just food and water. Hey, if you can find any toilet paper. I mean, hey, do we have much toilet paper, honey, or whoever? Do you need to talk? How are you sitting with, dog food, or whatever it is you need? Is your vehicle full of fuel? Is there anything you need to go to the store for anyway? Let's get that on the list. Analyze and help them figure out also financially. What's our budget like? How to best utilize that budget for this situation? How much money can we allocate for this? Right now, in the first trip. Because then you may, and especially if things start getting worse, you may be able to get them to the store again. Hopefully shelves won't be bare by then. But hopefully you can get them to the store again. Maybe, hopefully this is kind of like Pandora's box you're opening as far as getting them into prepping. It may work out really well for you. You may end up with a total hardcore prepper on your hands pretty soon. And then also another thing to take advantage of is the fact of, after it's over, if things go well, then you point out the fact that, hey, things went well because of what we did. Or maybe you didn't even have to use those preps. But then you bring up, or throughout the process, you can mention to them about, hey, doesn't it feel really good to have peace of mind that we have this little bit of supplies just in case? Also, you can approach it from the investment aspect. Like how you invest in your future, save money, have a saving account, or however it is you invest, or this person invests. Like I said, it's all personal. I don't know who this person is we're talking about that you want to get on board with prepping. But what I do know is that prepping is just like investing. It is peace of mind. It is for your future and to solidify, to secure your future, help you to be successful in any situation, no matter what it is. This is why we prepare. We prepare so that we can live. We prepare so that we can not just survive, but hopefully thrive if you're at a level that you're able to do that. But like I said, this is a really good opportunity to bring in a lot of things, make these points, help that person to feel really comfortable, and help emphasize that feeling of peace of mind, of knowing that they're okay, that they're going to eat and not go hungry if things get worse. That's a really good positive aspect that you can capitalize on. And think of anything else along the way. Other things you can capitalize on. And depending on how receptive this person is to what you're doing, you may even be able to do a lot more than you were hoping for. You may even have better results than you expected. You may have worse. I don't know. This is just an idea, some tools for your toolbox, like I said, to try to help you figure out how to get somebody on board with prepping. Somebody you care about. I'm blessed with a wife that is totally on board, 100% on board. She actually brings it up probably more, I don't know about more often. She brings it up often enough. Hey honey, why don't you swing by the restaurant supply store and pick this up or pick that up? Hey, let's pick up a couple, 100 pounds of rice, 100 pounds of beans every now and then. I mean, because come on, that's cheap. I mean, and things may be different for you, I don't know. Prices are different in different areas. I've heard people talk about, like TJ just did that $1,000 Sam's Club haul video on Bear Independent. Okay, the price he paid for rice is way better than the prices I can pay for rice. But the prices he was talking about for beans are way more expensive than my prices for beans. So my beans are cheaper than his, but his rice is cheaper than mine. So rice, I forget what his numbers were. My numbers are, for a 50-pound bag of rice, it was 17 something. I think he was paying 26, but mine was 17 something. It was under $18. My 50-pound bag of, or wait, no, he was paying, never mind. I'm paying like 17 for rice. I think he was paying 12. His rice was cheaper. But my beans, I'm paying for a 50-pound bag of pinto beans. I'm paying 28, 29-ish. And I think he said it was like 40 where he lived. So depending on where you live, what I'm looking at is under 50 bucks. Just rule of thumb, under 50 bucks for 100 pounds of food. That is a lot of calories. That will feed, depending on how many people, that will feed a person for a significant amount of time. I think it was each bag of rice, let me see, each bag of rice was like, I think around 80,000 calories-ish. And then the bag of beans was, I think it was about the same. So you're talking, just ballpark, I'll say 160,000 calories. Well, 160,000 calories, even at 2,000 calories or 3,000 calories a day, my brain isn't ready to do all this math in my head right now. So sorry, you can do the math. You can look up calories in rice, calories in beans, and figure it out yourself. It's a significant amount of food for 50 bucks. Really? That's so easy. And I know, I'm not trying to downplay, $50 may be a substantial amount of money for some people. And I'm not saying it's just something to go throwing around. But it's not a ton of money. And I'm trying to get you guys to think about these things and throw out some ideas. But also this person you're talking to, if they're not so keen on the rice and beans bulk, dried because of the difficulty and maybe they're not used to or know how to prepare them, then go with canned goods. Canned rice or canned beans, canned, veggies, stuff like that, canned meats. Make it simple for them, make it easy for them. Like macaroni and cheese, I don't know. I guess this is, I'm rolling to the end here. I'm just, I think I had enough ideas to give you some ideas of how, right now specifically, to get somebody on board with prepping. This whole idea doesn't apply at other times. This is specifically just for right now, some tips, some tools on how you might be able to get somebody on board with prepping that you care about. I love you guys. Prep a little every day. Prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. And know that you're loved. Blessings to you and yours.